All right. Court calls a case in the state of Texas versus Joe Acuna, cause number 2021-0C0-2239. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals. Court calls a case in the state docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Hunter Griffin for the state is ready.
And Daniel Avelar for Joe Acuna.
You are Joe Acuna?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Your
All right. Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Acuna?
Right.
Charged with the offense of assault alleged to have occurred February 25th, 2021 in El Paso County, Texas. To those charges, sir, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Mr. Acuna?
Guilty.
Any priors, Mr. Griffin?
He has a prior AFV and an unlawful restraint from 2017, as well as a DWI from 2020.
Then the court will follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, sentence you to 30 days plus court costs with credit for time served. Does he have the credit, Mr. Avelar?
Your Honor, I believe he does. Yes, ma'am.
Then you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
May I be excused as well, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Let me have Mr. Calanche, please. Good morning, Ms. Garza. Let me go ahead and start that function.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes, hello. Can you hear me?
All right, everybody pick your language. Good morning, Mr. Hernandez.
Morning, Judge.
Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Jeremy Calanche, cause number 2020-0C0-0252. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Hunter Griffin for the state is ready.
Ruben Hernandez, Your Honor, for Mr. Calanche, and we're ready.
Ms. Garza, this defendant does not need an interpreter. We're waiting for another one. You are Jeremy Calanche?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Calanche?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. Charged with the offense of driving while intoxicated with a .15 blow or above, alleged to have occurred July 19, 2019 in El Paso County, Texas. To those charges, sir, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Any priors, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, there's a prior DWI that he was convicted of 2 months ago, but other than these two DWIs, he has no prior criminal history.
And what was the blow or blood draw on this?
It was a blood draw, it was .163.
All right, court will follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, sentence you to a year in jail, probated for 17 months. You're to pay a $750 fine, $30 a month supervision fee, complete 100 hours of community service, be subject to breath and urine analysis, a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew where you can't be out unless you're working or going to school, attend the victim impact panel, DWI school, have the camera interlock installed on your vehicle. You're not to drive anything that does not have that device installed. Be screened through tap. Pay a $60 video fee, or lab fee, a $15 video fee. Reimburse El Paso County for court costs, and this case will run concurrent with cause number 2020-C08949. Mr. Calancha, you now have 2 DWI convictions. You get arrested again, they can make that a felony. I find it a little difficult to stomach that you were out on bond for DWI and you picked up another DWI. If it were up to me, you'd be sitting in jail for up to a year, Mr. Calanche. I take DWIs very seriously, and I suggest you take this probation very seriously as well. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Thank you. Anybody else, please enter.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Ramos, Miguel is here.
All right, let me have Mr. Ramos.
Mr. Ramos?
I believe it's this defendant, Ms. Garza.
Judge, the interpreter is for Carlos Hernandez.
Oh, okay, wrong one.
Yes, that's my client. Yes, that's correct.
Okay. If he's not there, do you want to have somebody try calling him, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, ma'am. He responded with the email last week, so let me make sure he's on his way or where he's at.
Let's get started on Mr. Ramos. Is Ms. Arditi on? You're on mute, Mr. Arditi.
Yes, how are you, Judge? Good morning.
I'm well. How are you? Good morning. Court calls a case of State of Texas versus Miguel Ramos, cause number 2020-C07906. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have announcement of counsel?
Hunter Griffin for the state is ready.
Good morning, Your Honor. Regina Arditi on behalf of Miguel Ramos, and we are ready also. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Arditi, your camera is still not working well. I'm going to ask that you repair that or get a new one by the next hearing we have, please.
Yes.
You are Miguel Ramos?
Yes.
Raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Ramos?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Charged with the offense of assault, family violence, alleged to have occurred September 17, 2020 in El Paso County, Texas. To those charges, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Any priors, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, a prior DWI from 1999. Other than that, no prior convictions.
All right. The court will then follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, sentence you to a year in jail, probated for 15 months. You're to pay a $1,000 fine, $30 a month supervision fee. You're to complete 100 hours of community service, attend the EHN anger management class, be subject to breath and urine analysis, a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew where you can't be out unless you're working or going to school. Pay $100 to the Family Violence Prevention Fund. The court, in addition, will make a family violence finding, and you're to reimburse El Paso County for court costs. You're not to have any contact whatsoever with Martha Yvonne Ramos or be anywhere near her residence. Your other two cases, cause numbers 2020-0C08757 and 2019-0C07052, will be dismissed. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You may be excused.
Your Honor, I apologize. This was Miss
yes.
Lorena Garcia.
Ms. Garcia, you may read the statement.
Good morning, Your Honor. She provided us a statement in Spanish. Do I need to do something in the system or just read it?
Ms. Garza, can you translate that for us? Ms. Garza? The victim impact statement. Yes. Okay. Then I'm sorry, the statement should have been translated beforehand if it was provided to you in Spanish.
Okay. Well, in the future, we will do that.
I can do it simultaneously. I can read it in Spanish, but translate it into English right now. But
I need it read in English.
Oh, okay. She needs to provide it in English.
Or you need to read it in English.
I can read it in English, even though it's written in Spanish.
Just read it in English, please.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor. I, Marta Ivonne Diaz, after living and experimenting the the long abuse of domestic violence, emotional violence, and sexual violence by Mr. Miguel Angel Ramos, I give my testimony about that this has been affecting me and keeps affecting me till now. As a survivor of this type of violence that I just mentioned, first of all, I would like to say that him hitting me is still affecting me. In one incident, he hit my nose and he broke my nose while we were driving on the freeway. And I was driving and I was bleeding. The only thing that kept me keeping driving that time was because the blood, I could feel my blood and it was kind of hot, warm, and through my nose and my mouth. And I kept driving even though I was like that. My nose was permanently damaged due to this assault. Also, I would like to mention that after I left the shelter for battered women, I've been renting here and there because I've been unable to go back to my house because he's still living in the house. In regards to my emotional trauma, after all these events, I am still suffering. I lack concentration. I suffer anxiety, and that anxiety causes me not to being able to breathe sometimes. I feel pain on my chest and my stomach. I fear, and I'm always alert, thinking that I could see him anytime and that he would damage me or attack me again. I just want to say that my depression for all these events, traumatic events that I live with Mr. Miguel Angel Ramos, keep affecting me till now. Not only economic loss, but something that has been very valuable to me and important to me, such the loss of my dogs that were like my family. That's it, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Garcia. If there is nothing further, you all may be excused.
Thank you,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. You take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Is Mr. Hernandez there?
No, Your Honor, he is not.
Judge, we spoke to him and he's on his way. Not sure why he's late, but he did say he's on his way.
All right, we only have it till 10 and we do have other hearings after that, so I'm going to give him a few minutes. If he doesn't show up, then we will schedule this for an in-person hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is that him?
Sí.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Garza, do you want to instruct him? Please, Senator, would you please pick the language?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, se lo escucho. Está bien.
All right. Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Carlos Hernandez, cause number 2020-0C0-2049.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus.
May I have announcement of counsel?
Under Griffin for the state is ready.
Ruben Hernandez, Your Honor, for Mr. Peña Hernandez, we're ready.
You are Carlos Hernandez.
Hey.
Raise your right hand. Right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Sí.
Are you a U.S. citizen, Mr. Hernandez?
Presidente.
Have you discussed the immigration consequences of a plea of guilty on this case with your attorney?
No.
Mr. Hernandez?
Judge, we've spoken about this. A DWI at this point will not affect his under immigration law will not affect his lawful permanent status. That's not to say that it couldn't affect him in the future, but we've discussed that.
Do you remember that conversation, Mr. Carlos Hernandez?
Yes.
All right. To the charge, the state has dropped this from a DWI second to a simple DWI. Is that correct, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
So to the charge of driving while intoxicated, alleged to have occurred March 2nd, 2020 in El Paso County, Texas. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
The court will then follow the state's recommendation, find you guilty, sentence you to 180 days in jail, probated for 18 months. You're to pay a $1,000 fine, $30 a month supervision fee, complete 100 hours of community service, be subject to breath and urine analysis, a 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew where you can't be out unless you're working or going to school, attend the victim impact panel, Ms. Garza, what happened?
Oh, Judge, I don't know. My system froze and it kicked me out.
Okay, are we still,
I see that the language interpretation is on, Your Honor.
it's on, yes.
However, I don't believe I'm selected as the interpreter.
Okay.
The easiest way would be to turn it off and back on again, Your Honor.
It's on there. Okay, how far did you get?
I don't remember, Your Honor.
Mr. Hernandez, were you Is there something that you were unable to understand?
Señor Hernández, ¿hubo algo que no pudiera entender?
No, todo está bien.
No, everything's fine.
All right, then you're to attend Victim Impact Panel, DWI School for Repeat Offenders, anger management classes, have the camera interlock installed on your vehicle. You are not to drive anything that does not have this device installed, and reimburse El Paso County for court cost. Your other case, 2019-0C07276, will be dismissed. Mr. Hernandez, you appear to be, you can't even show up to a hearing on time. This is your second DWI. Because you have 2 DWI convictions now within 5 years, you will have to have the camera interlock on for a year after your license is renewed. I would recommend that you take this probation extremely seriously, because I take DWI probation very seriously. Understood?
Ya tengo la máquina. Traigo la máquina portátil.
And
Yes,
you're
and I
to-
already have the machine.
You're to continue with that. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. We'll see everybody back at the 10 o'clock docket.
Thank you.